So people on Twitter are pissed off at TommyInnit once again. Pretty much his name went trending once again for the 50th time on Twitter, which isn't really a surprise if we're being honest, but in this video I'm going to be explaining why people are really pissed off at him. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, like the video. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the year ends. We're so far, but we're so close, so please help me out. One final thing, follow my Twitter. I have one, and if you want to make Twitter a better place, hopefully, well, please follow me. I meme around there, I do a bunch of shit, so please follow. But yeah, into the video. So I'll give you some context before I read some tweets. So TommyInnit was streaming, and he said this.
More than wall defense, please tell me I'm more than wall defense, alright, I'm literally gonna hit Ranboo's wrists. Oh.
So pretty much people are pissed off that he was joking around about self-harm and what he said, you know, towards Ranboo, saying, I'm literally gonna quote Ranboo's wrists or whatever. So I'm just gonna let you sit for a second and, you know, realize why this isn't a big deal like people are making it out to be. Did you get it? Yeah, it's because it's a f***ing joke. Is TommyInnit actually gonna go to Ranboo's house and go his wrists? No, he's not gonna do that. He was clearly joking. He said that in a f***ing joking manner, and if you couldn't tell that it was a joke, then you need to get off the internet, because people tell way worse. Like me and my friends, we've said so much worse than that. TommyInnit is not responsible for your triggers, and if you got offended by that, that is on you, and you maybe just need to either ignore it or just don't watch TommyInnit. He is allowed to joke around with his friends, and if you say otherwise, then, well, you're just being casual Twitter trying to control TommyInnit for literally no reason, because you stand for him or whatever. But now that you know the context, I'm gonna read some tweets of people getting really pissed off at him. TommyNeg, no, how y'all defending that? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Because TommyInnit isn't in charge of your triggers. People are defending him because those people probably know that it's a fucking joke. Humor is subjective, and if you don't find that funny and maybe you find it offensive, then that is completely fine, but don't go on Twitter because not everyone's going to agree with you. Personally, I didn't find it funny, but I didn't find it offensive either. But let's just say I was offended by it. I wouldn't go on Twitter and try and cancel him because he said something I don't like. It's just not how the world works. If you're truly offended by this, that's completely fine, but just move on. Harm TommyNeg. I don't know if it's my place to say this, or if I should, but him saying, gonna Ranboo's wrist is kind of, that's not really something to joke about. I understand it if they're okay with jokes, but I don't know, kinda harsh. As I said, TommyInnit isn't responsible for your triggers. I know you're also implying that maybe the other guys should have been offended and, you know, they should have said something, but I want to say something too. If they were truly offended by this joke, they would have definitely told TommyInnit that it wasn't appropriate or whatever. But they didn't. They didn't tell him that it wasn't appropriate. It was completely fine. They weren't bitching about it. Only you are. Only you and a select few individuals are. I'll keep saying it. Humor is subjective, and this is a bit of dark humor. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but, you know, that doesn't mean it should be banned. TommyNeg, self-harm. Listen, I'm not into Dream SMP, but people complaining about TommyNeg when he literally joked about wrists in a fucking live stream where there are children and young viewers, as well as people who could easily be triggered by someone joking about it. I'll say it once again. First of all, if it's not your joke, that's fine, but don't go on Twitter bitching about it. I guarantee out of his, like, I don't know how many viewers TommyInnit gets, but I think it's like close to like 80,000. I guarantee only 1 to 2% actually got offended by that joke. And the other 1% of the people who were offended probably just didn't give a f*** because it was a joke and they understood that, you know, humor is subjective, and at the end of the day, if it wasn't funny for them, it was funny for other people or wasn't offensive to other people. I don't like to keep repeating myself, but it's kind of hard to when people keep bringing up the same point. People just need to understand that TommyInnit isn't a perfect fucking person. And if I was a streamer, I'm not gonna lie, I would say a lot worse. Nothing that would get me canceled, but I would say stuff that would definitely trigger a few people. I have a dark sense of humor, and that's how some people are. In fact, it's probably what the majority of the world is like, because kids around and, you know, it's better to laugh than to cry. Dark humor, you're taking something that's dark and morbid, and you're turning it into something that, you know, you can laugh about, because, like I've said, it's better to laugh than to cry. But I'm gonna be reading a few more tweets that are actually positive about this situation, because not everyone on Twitter are actually stupid. A lot of them are learning. Regarding TommyInnit trending, my own girlfriend tells me to die sometimes. It's being taken out of context. He made it very obvious that he's just a kid, and he's trying very hard to educate himself. He's a person too, not a robot. And that's exactly what people are trying to do to TommyInnit right now. They're trying to take his words out of context so it makes it look like he's actually telling Ranboo to go, well, do that thing he said in the video. For an example, if I were to go up to someone and say, go commit Among Us, are you actually gonna go commit Among Us? Like, I don't know, man. I know a lot of people say this because it's also a coping mechanism. That's not what we're talking about in this video, but everyone says it. Everyone will tell their friend as a joke, and unless you just don't have friends, but a majority of the planet will tell their friends to do something that obviously they shouldn't, but as a joke. These people need to stop taking stuff so literally. Context matters. I don't think he actually wanted Ranboo to go at his wrist. In fact, I know for a fact that he didn't want Ranboo to go at his wrist because they're good friends. The same people tweeting out TommyInnit today are the same people who said they tweeted TommyInnit and said kill himself when he got COVID. And this is actually a funny point to bring up because they only actually care when it affects Tommy. That's the only time people actually care about these jokes. I actually found someone who's tweeting about this situation, saying that TommyInnit is in the wrong, blah blah blah. But then he tweeted out also that TommyInnit deserved it, which in my opinion is literally no different. In fact, I think it's 10 times worse because you were actually being serious, and that's the difference between TommyInnit, where he was blatantly joking, and you, who was actually being serious, and you genuinely said that he deserved the. So my final thoughts on this is stupid, really stupid. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys made it this far, comment down cherry pop. I have a cherry pop right beside me, and it's mighty good, so, you know, comment down cherry pop. But yeah, later.